Thank you for being such a respectful audience. We are going to turn it over to you now, and if anyone has any questions they'd like to ask the panelists, as we welcome you up to the mic and ask. We do ask that you be mindful and respectful with your questions.
Me, but for the family, one of us will stay here.
So if anybody has questions, feel free to put your hand up, and I'll just bring the mic over to you.
I was just wondering how old the children are.
How old?
Yeah,
5 years old and 1 year.
thank you.
5 years old and 1 year.
How long was roughly your journey to Canada? Like from Syria to come to Canada, how long was that roughly?
كان وضع استثنائي لي ولعائلتي. عادة يأخذ تقريبا شهر، ولكن الذي حصل معي شيء غريب، شعرت أنها معجزة. خلال 7 أيام كنت في كندا منذ الأول اتصال.
Good. It was so strange, and it's like a miracle. It's used to be a month in exceptional situation, but for them it takes from them 7 days. They were there in Canada.
Hi, I maybe missed it at the beginning. I was just wondering how your family was chosen to come to Canada.
كيف تم اختيار عائلتك لكندا؟
لا أعرف. اختيار الحكومة الكندية هي التي اختارت.
He doesn't know exactly how they choose his family. Okay, but I might add for you, because this is my experience about this. Usually, the refugees registered to you on HCR, United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, and they have interviews with them. And the countries like Canada, Australia, some countries in Europe, United States, they ask a quota number. So they ask to send them some files for refugees, and they will pick according to a criteria that's each country put its criteria. So this is about usually. Then the United Nations call them and match them with the country. They got just a call.
Hi, I was just wondering if it's possible to hear from, sorry, I don't remember your name, but the wife, if she could just tell us a little bit about how she feels about being into Canada and what the experience has been like for her.
حقوق بتفكري دائما كلاجئة كنت في الأردن بدون حقوق، بدون أمل، بدون مستقبل لأولادي. الآن في كندا أصبحت أنه أفكر بمستقبلي، مستقبل أولادي. أصبحت أشعر كمواطنة ولست كلاجئة.
So when I was in Jordan, I don't have rights, I don't have hope for my children and my family. It was difficult for us, but now here in Canada, I don't feel myself as a refugee. I have hope, I have for the future for my children.
كان تعامل الكنديين جدا لطيف، وأشعرونا أنهم أهل، وكانوا دائما يسألونا ويمدونا يد المساعدة بأي شيء، بأي استفسار. حتى صاحب المنزل اللي ساكنين فيه كان جدا متعاون وجدا خدوم. فعن جد أنتم محظوظين إنكم كنديون.
So the Canadians were, those two ladies right there, they are so welcoming, and they help them. They ask them if they need any help. For example, the landlord, their neighbors, they live in the same suite or some same building. They are very nice people, very help people, very kind. You are lucky to be Canadian. This is the last phrase she said. We are lucky too. We will be Canadians soon. Sure. We are. No.
I just wanted to ask, what was the experience for your oldest daughter? And does she go to school yet? And does she like it in Canada?
She loves daycare.
That's so good.
You mentioned that you had a brother or two brothers that went to different places when you left. Like, one was in Germany. Have you heard anything from them or how their journey was?
لي أخ في النمسا وأخ في ألمانيا وأخ في تركيا. الأخ الأخي الذي في النمسا معه إقامة دائمة ووضعه جيد، يقول لي جيد. الأخي الذي في ألمانيا يقول لي أهل ألمانيا طيبون، ولكن المعاملات حتى يأخذ إقامة وإجراءات طويلة جدا ويوجد معاناة كبيرة. وزوجته وابنه تركهم في الأردن فيعاني معاناة شديدة. ولي أخ صغير في تركيا عمره 19 عام أيضا يعاني في تركيا، لا يوجد، ترك مدرسته الثانوية وترك كل شيء وذهب إلى تركيا خوفا من أن يأخذوه إلى الجيش لأنه أصبح في سن الجيش، وأيضا يعاني في تركيا من حيث العمل والسكن.
So as I mentioned, I have two brothers and I have three actually of them. One, he is in Austria. He is a permanent resident now in Austria. He has good situation. The other one in Germany, but he is complaining, let's say, because the paperwork and the procedures takes a lot of time, the process to be a permanent resident, because he needs this to be a permanent resident to apply for reunification for his family, because his brother, his family's brother, they are left back in Jordan, waiting the father when he will be a permanent resident in Germany, then will make the process or the application for them. The third one, he was 19 years old in your age. He is in Turkey. He fled out Syria because if he stays in Syria, he will be mandatory to go to involve with the army. So he fled out Syria. He is struggling in Turkey to survive.
This might be a silly question, but was there ever any happy times? Could you relax?
That's a great question.
في لحظات سعيدة، إذا كان في لحظات سعيدة فطبعا في بلد اللجوء أكيد يوجد لحظات سعيدة مع الأولاد. أحيانا يعني نجلس في البيت مع الأولاد ونضحك، وهم يعني سبب السعادة الأطفال. وإضافة تعرفنا على بعض الأصدقاء هناك. يوجد في كل مكان أناس طيبون، يوجد في الأردن أناس أصدقاء طيبون كانوا يسألوننا عن معاناتنا ويأتون إلى زيارتنا ونجلس معهم.
So certainly there are some happy times, and they love because they're children. They have children, and the children, the reason of their happiness in their lives. So yes, they have some good times, and also they have friends in Jordan, because always there are good people everywhere. You go everywhere and see good people. So they have some friends in Jordan that made it for them easier a little bit. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a question. First of all, a very heartfelt welcome to Wellington and to Canada, but I want to know about careers. I want to talk about careers. I want to know what the gentleman expects to do in the future. What career would he like to have?
نحن كسوريين نحن كسوريين إضافة إلى شهاداتنا الجامعية نحن أصحاب مهن وحرف. أغلب السوريين إضافة إلى كونه أستاذ أو مهندس أو أي شيء يستطيع أن يتقن حرفة أو حرفتين. فأنا أتقن إضافة إلى التدريس. أتكلم عن عائلتي، أتقن الحلاقة وأتقن صناعة الفايبر جلاس وأتقن صناعة الديكور. وعملت في هذه الحرفة سنوات عندما كنت طالبا في المدرسة، فكنت أدرس وأتعلم هذه الحرف. وكذلك العائلات السورية الأخرى، كل واحد من العائلة يستطيع أن يقدم الكثير من الخبرات في مجالات العمل.
So, in addition to our certificates and degrees, usually the Syrians have trades because they work in the summertime when they were students. So I have here, but I'm speaking directly. He has two trades. He works as a hairdresser for men, and it's a kind of fiberglass industry or something. And decoration. So he will figure out by time where he will be able to do or to work. And other families as well, they have trades. Most of the people, they have trades. But for me, myself, I'm an immigrant too. I'm a newcomer for it's about 2 years, just 2 years. It's a challenge finding a job in the Nanaimo area, even for another cities, because we have something is called Canadian experience, and that's a big obstacle for the newcomers, because we need to start from certain place, but where is the certain place? Every time you apply your resume and everything, and even you are certified in certain thing. For example, I'm a certified teacher from United Nations. I should be certified by C. Even I'm certified from Ontario. I should be certified by C, BBC. So for the people who has degrees, it's difficult to get a job. So we have to change our careers and enroll in some programs, either online or in classes, to adapt ourselves with the new life here.
Hi, my name is Thomas. I was just wondering that now that you're in Canada, have you had a chance to watch any hockey? If so, do you like it, and what your favorite team might be?
You speak about hockey? Holy God. I will answer first. We are soccer people. We like soccer so much, and we have good teams. So hockey, I have no idea. Just to see people just moving like on the white thing. So, we don't know hockey in Syria. Oh, he play like kind of sports. It's judo or something like judo.
الذي في أستراليا لاعب محترف في فريق منتخب سوري.
And his brother, he is a professional player, professional, yeah, in the soccer team of the team of Syria, for soccer. So I wish I want to try it with you. If you take us both, we'll try to ski. Well, there's many things in Canada for the newcomers. Coffee, double, the hockey, And what else? The kindness. The kindness. I lived in many countries. This is a remarkable thing in Canada. We know there is a rude people, but the majority, the vast majority, they are kind people. Don't do that. I saw you.
I have a question then for both Faris and the family. I know that everybody here was profoundly moved by what we all heard today. So the question I'd like to ask is, what can each of us here do to make your lives and those of your fellow refugees easier here in Nanaimo? Better? What could we do?
ما اكتشفنا نحن إلى الآن احنا صار لنا شهرين هون في نانايمو فما عندنا خبرة في ما هي الأشياء الموجودة في نانايمو ما هي الخدمات كل شيء لا يوجد عندنا خبرة ولكن نحن كل الذي الآن نهتم به أن نتقن اللغة حتى نستطيع أن نتواصل مع هذا المجتمع الطيب ونستطيع أن نخرج ما عندنا من خبرات ونستطيع أن نتواصل في سوق العمل.
We don't have a long time here, in just 2 months. We don't know a lot about Canada and Nanaimo. But they think that's the most important for them to learn English. That will make easier to connect the community and that will make their lives easier for them. So this is the essential thing for them. And I agree with him. It's about language. This is the first thing. Because at the end, even the Canadians themselves, they are struggling in the life. They don't have good, it's not easy to get a job. It's not easy to finish your studies. It's not easy to, so we are a part of this community and we have the same challenges we will be soon. There are some differences because, you know, if you are born here, it's a bit, it's totally different because you are convenient. But still everybody has to do something for his life and do what he should do or she should do.
نحن كنا في سوريا كسوريين دائما لا نخاف من موضوع العمل وماذا سنعمل لأننا دائما نستطيع أن نعمل يعني نستطيع أن ننخرط في العمل في أي مكان.
And we always in Syria we are open to enroll in any job because it is a matter of let's say honor or something for the man or for the people there because you should work, you should have a work. That's about. Okay.
I have a lot of friends from Syria who I've met since they've come to Nanaimo. And lots of the friends I have are farmers and left, they had beautiful farms, so olive farms, lemons, oranges. I'm wondering if you or the other family did have a farm and left land like that? And if you did, how you're finding access to food different in Canada than at home if you had land in Syria?
Before the war, the food and everything is available in Syria, and it was very cheap comparing to other countries around. And there is a small store for the other stuff. So you see a store for grocery and another store small. It's like 40 square meters or something. But for the other people, they are living in the countryside or something. They have big farms or they have at least a farm around the house, so they can get their food from there. But when they move to Jordan, they have malls like here, and they start to be familiar to get there, to go to like a mall, like Superstore or something like this. Everything now after war, before the war in Syria was the food is very cheap, After the war, it's become very expensive. And the man, the humankind, become very cheap. Unfortunately. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kaden.
Hi, Kaden.
I was wondering, for your whole family, how easy or hard it's been to feel comfortable here, not just to get careers and go to school, but just feeling comfortable. If it's been easy for that.
أكيد يوجد صعوبة ويوجد تحديات يعني صعوبات كثيرة، خاصة أننا لا نتكلم إنجليزي بشكل يعني لا نستطيع أن نتواصل مع الناس بشكل جيد، إضافة لتحديات كيف سنعمل، هذا تحدي كبير، كيف سنعمل، كيف سنوافق الشهادات التي نملكها حتى نستطيع أن نعمل بها هنا أو في المهن. يوجد تحدي كبير ويوجد صعوبة، ولكن مع كل ذلك لا نخاف من المستقبل. كندا بلد عظيم فيها خيارات كثيرة ويوجد طرق كثيرة لإيضاح هذا الطريق إذا كان صعب.
Frankly, there is many difficulties and challenges. But they feel that the future will be more secure for them here in country. And even these challenges are related to the work and the career and all these things, but they still think it's promising. They are hope that life will be better and better, and they will be more comfortable in their life.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Gareth. I was just wondering, what made you come to talk to us today?
It's a good question. I will answer from my side because I came for the same reason, I think. And I will let him answer you after I. We don't live in an isolated country. It's one world, and everything is a small village in this planet now on the earth. And telling the stories about how human being, how the humanity is suffering in certain ways, that will light certain level from our history as a human beings. It's not about happiness every time. It's not about work every time. It's not about money or about my career, my car, what I will be in the next future. I will be star. It's not about my boyfriend or my girlfriend. Sometimes it goes to another levels of life. It's about your existence as a person. It's about your family when they are under a dangerous situation. How people behave in this situation. Some of them, they will behave like monsters when will be the refugees. Some of them will behave like angels. So you will see the true natural of the human being. So when we tell these stories, we want to tell our Canadians, friends and fellows, that there is many things around the world. And we were in Syria in 2010. If ask anybody in Syria, is anything will happen in Syria, or you will see in 2015 a civil war? I said, what? It's as if I'm telling you there's a war in Canada after 10 years. You'll say, what? Impossible. So when you give this experience for people, that will enrich their mentality and expecting any behaving in the disasters and in crisis. It's not like just war. Maybe we have an earthquake, how people will behave in these situations. So we tell these stories to highlight a part of this. سؤاله ليش بتجيش من هون تقول ليش يجي من هون تحكي المقصود؟
First of all, I'd like to congratulate Mr. Arruda and his students for this magnificent event. Brilliantly done, and thank you. The second thing is I'd like to answer my own question, which was how can we help the refugees here feel more at home? One simple way is we can learn a little bit of the language and use it. So with Mr. Arruda's permission, I'd like to teach you an Arab greeting. Is that okay, Mr. Arruda? Okay. Okay, repeat after me. Salam.
Salam.
Alaikum.
Alaikum.
Salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum.
That's an Arabic greeting, correct, Faraz?
Yeah, and what is the meaning of this voice?
It means peace be with you.
That's right.
A very good greeting.
Yeah.
And so I encourage you, next time you see some of these refugee families, raise your hand and say, Salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum.
Very good. It'll make their day. It'll make their day.
Yes.
Help them feel more at home.
Yeah, I'd like to also thank you for coming and sharing your story. I think we see on the news all the time stories about Syria, and we've been seeing it for many years now, and we just turn the channel and almost become desensitized to it. But hearing your personal stories, it really hits home for us. So first I want to thank you for that. Second piece is I was wondering what your long-term goals would be around maybe becoming Canadian citizens, if that is a goal for you, and if you could just share with us how long, students might not understand how long that process or what the process is, or if your goal would be to, if hopefully things settle down, would you want to go back to Syria perhaps?
So a part of question about citizenship. I think it's now there is some criteria about being a permanent resident for 4 years. So as long as we are here, and after 4 years, it's an form will be, an application will be applied to the CIC, the Immigration Ministry or something like this. Then there is a test about Canada, many questions about history, political life, economic life, everything. Then they will make an oath and get the citizenship, which is a big honor for any person who will be a Canadian after being stateless or he lost his country. The other part, I will go to Mahmoud and he will answer about this. Is the question, after, if Syria, the war is ended, what is his intention about this? He will back to Syria or not? This is the question. Right.
سؤال مهم جدا. أنا أتمنى أن يأتي كل أهلي إلى كندا ونعيش في كندا ونبقى في كندا، لأن ما رأيناه في كندا من التعايش والتأقلم والحب بين الناس الشيء الكثير الذي يجعلنا نشعر في اطمئنان وأمان لنا ولأولادنا ولمستقبل أولادنا. أتصور أني ممكن إذا عادت سوريا أذهب إلى زيارة سوريا ثم أعود إلى كندا.
I think it's, I wish that all my family will live with me, all my extended family to live with me in Canada. Because we see a country that's a lot of people from different, let's say, colors, religions, everything, they all live together here peacefully, which is a very great opportunity to live inside or in this community and something like this. But if, and he wished that with Syria, the war is ended and Syria will settle again, he will go and visit Syria and back again to Canada. Okay, this last question. Okay, go ahead, please.
I'm Ava, and I was wondering if your oldest daughter has made any friends here in Nanaimo.
I'm sorry?
Your oldest daughter, has she made any friends in Nanaimo?
عندها بنتك رفقات بالنايمة ولا لسه أجانب؟ Canadian? Not yet. Not yet. Because there's no children in the neighborhood around them.
Yeah.
But my children do. They have a lot. So. Thank you so much.
On behalf of the rest of Global Watch and Ms. Saruta, Zoe and I would like to thank you for being such a wonderful audience by listening to our guests and our great panelists.
We'd like you to please give another round of applause to Mr. Faraz Saidam and the Ali family for coming in and sharing their incredible stories with us. I can't say this enough. We truly appreciate your being here, and the presentation would not have been complete without your stories, so thank you.
We hope that you have learned a bit more about the Syrian refugee crisis and enjoyed our presentation. We hope that you have a great day.